The Couple Next Door, written by Peg Lynch and starring Peg Lynch and Alan Bunce.
Welcome to Boston. In a few minutes, we'll be leaving on a tour of the oldest capital city in the United States. Population 800,000 and 2.5 million in greater Boston. Step right on the bus, folks. There's plenty of seats in the back. You're just in time. We're leaving in exactly 1 minute. Now, before we leave, folks, take a look over your left shoulder at the Boston Public Library. Designed by Stanford White, the architecture is Italian Renaissance.
Oh, yeah. He's going to leave without Daddy. The bus is going to leave.
Oh, could you wait just a second? My husband had to make a phone call.
Well, lady, I'm supposed to take off at 11 o'clock sharp.
Well, he'll be right here. There he comes running across the street. He had to find a phone. There he comes.
Okay, I'll collect the tickets. Tickets, please.
This is going to be so exciting.
Yes, you feel all right, Aunt Effie? Now, your laryngitis all right today?
It's lots better.
It seems better, uh-huh.
Tickets, please.
Well, my husband has them. He'll be right here. He's just getting
Oh,
them.
hello, young lady.
Can't you say hello, Betsy? Say hello to the guide.
Hello.
So, you're going to take a trip around Boston with me, huh?
Yes. We went to Lexington and Concord yesterday.
Hey, I bet that was fun. You'll have more fun with me today, though. You're going to see a ship, old Ironsides. The kids always like that.
Oh, yes, I expect they do.
Tickets.
Oh, boy, here I am, finally. Hi, everybody.
Give the man our tickets, will you, dear?
Oh, yeah, if I can find them. You know, I had a dickens of a time finding a phone, but I thought I'd better call a lawyer before we left on the tour.
Oh, yeah, what did he say?
Said he wouldn't know anything about Laura's will before Friday. Where the heck are they? So I guess we're in for a week of sightseeing.
Oh, well, that's fine. My goodness, Boston is so exciting.
I'm hungry. Can I have a lollipop?
Oh, yes, dear.
Did you bring the camera?
Yes.
Ticket?
Oh,
yeah.
Here you are. I got
Okay,
them.
folks. All right, folks, we're ready to leave Copley Square. Pronounced Copley, not Copley. After all, you wouldn't call a cop a cope, would you? So we say Copley Square. Now, today you're going to see Faneuil Hall, the State House, the site of the Boston Massacre, and many other historic edifices.
Wonderful.
We'll be making 3 stops at the Paul Revere House, the Old North Church, and Old Ironsides. 15 minutes each stop, then make sure you're back on the bus, folks. I don't want to lose you. Now, our first stop will be at Paul Revere House.
My goodness, Paul Revere certainly had a nice house. What's that little card say? I don't have my glasses on.
Oh, it says this fireplace is exactly as it was when Paul Revere lived in this house, and in it hangs the old crane used by him. Wow.
My goodness. Well, I better put my glasses on. I guess or I'll miss everything.
Mommy, come on. Let's get back on the bus.
Now, will you stop that?
The bus will go without us.
It is not going to go without us. Now, the bus stopped here so we could come in and look around Paul Revere's house. Now, look, those people over there belong on our bus. Now, just stop worrying.
It'll go without us.
No, it won't. Now, just stop that. For heaven's sakes, look around the house here and see how they used to live. They used to cook in the fireplace here, see?
The bus will go without us.
What's the matter?
Betsy isn't looking at a thing. She's just worried the bus will go on without us.
Oh, no, darling. It won't go without
Listen to
you.
this.
Yeah.
This is the oldest frame building in Boston, built around 1660 and occupied by Paul Revere from 1770 to 1800.
Really?
It was the doorway of this house that he went forth from on his famous midnight ride in 1775. Oh, this is just
Oh,
thrilling.
for heaven's sakes. How about you hear that, Betsy? You remember Daddy telling you about Paul Revere's ride yesterday?
Yes, let's go.
Now, you just stop that. Daddy spent a lot of money bringing us all to Boston so you could get something out of these wonderful historic tours, and I want you to pay attention.
We might as well give up. Apparently, she just doesn't like history. Doesn't matter much, I guess, since she wants to be a streetcar conductor when she grows up anyhow.
Well, just the same.
I want to buy some postcards while we're here. They
Yes.
have some for sale in the front room.
Yeah, I do, too, and I want to take a picture of Betsy in front of Paul Revere's house for a scrapbook,
Oh,
you know?
nice.
She'll appreciate that, I think, when she grows up,
certainly
anyway.
will, uh-huh.
Come on outside, Betsy.
Well, hurry up then before the bus goes.
You are now standing, folks, in Christ Church, or better known as the Old North Church of Paul Revere fame. You're all very fortunate this morning. A special service was held earlier that the Reverend Clifford Chadwick is still here. He's offered to tell you himself a little about the church.
Good morning.
Isn't that nice?
You may all be seated in any of the pews, if you wish.
Oh, nice. Come on, Betsy.
They look like
Yes.
boxes all over.
Yeah.
Now, get in there, darling. Sit down, sit
That's
down.
the way churches used to be. These were called pews. Each family had one.
Well, they're still called pews.
Yes, well, anyhow, aren't they pretty? Little doors and everything?
What are they called?
Well,
I
they
see
just
the little girl is interested in the old-fashioned pews. You see, in the old days, the churches were very poorly heated, and the stalls or pews were designed for warmth.
Oh.
Pew 54, you see over there, belonged to the Paul Revere family,
Oh,
and still does. On the ledge can be seen the foot warmer that was used in the old days.
I can't see anything.
Well, here, let Daddy lift you up,
Now, the
honey.
two lanterns you see are reproductions of the originals ordered by Paul Revere to be hung aloft in the steeple. The beautiful brass chandeliers were first lighted on Christmas Day, 1724, and as you see, are still in use.
Oh,
Yes,
aren't
sir.
they lovely?
Now, the niche you see in that wall was formerly the window through which Sexton Robert Newman escaped after displaying the lanterns as directed by Paul Revere.
Oh.
And the bust of George Washington, which is in the niche, was the first memorial to Washington erected in a public place in New England.
My, I wouldn't have missed this for the world.
Now, when General Lafayette first visited this church in 1824, he was asked if the bust was a good likeness of General Washington, and he replied, "Yes, that is the man I knew, and more like him than any portrait."
Let's go.
You sit still.
Now, in the rear of the church is a clock that is said to be the oldest clock in the country, and as you see, is still running. And I might add, keeps excellent time. Now,
lovely.
perhaps you'd like to look around by yourselves. I'll be glad to answer any questions while I'm here.
You know what? I'd like to ask him where the original lanterns are that Paul Revere wanted hung up.
Yes,
You
we'll
know,
go
the
ask him
original
there. Yes,
ones.
I want to look
I'd
around.
like to buy some postcards of the church.
Yeah.
I want to go.
If you don't stop that, this is the last time I'll ever take you on any
The
trip.
bus will go without
The bus
us.
is here now. Look at this. This prayer book. It says, "A gift to the church by King George II in 1733."
Certainly is most
1733,
interesting,
isn't that
dear.
incredible?
Yeah.
Yes,
Although this
yes.
is my wife, Reverend Chadwick.
How do you
You
do?
do.
Reverend Chadwick was just telling me that we should have been here a month earlier. They had
Oh?
a special service and a celebration commemorating the
183rd.
Yes, anniversary of the displaying of the lanterns from the steeple. And Paul Revere himself spoke at the service.
Good heavens! I didn't mean good heavens. I mean, my goodness. Paul Revere?
A descendant, dear.
Oh,
His name is Paul Revere, too.
great-great-grandson.
Yes, it was a very nice
I wondered.
service. We would have been delighted to have had you here.
Oh, well, thank you.
It was quite an occasion, you know. Of course, we celebrate every year on April 18th, but this was the 183rd anniversary, and it was rather an event. For this year, a special Paul Revere commemorative stamp was issued.
It was? You know, I used to be quite a stamp collector.
Well, I suppose in time this will be a collector's item. You might ask the girl who has the postcards in the back here if she has any of the first issue stamps left. It's right this way.
Oh, well, thank you, sir. Come on, dear.
Did you hear what I said? I said, good heavens, right in front of a minister. Good heavens, I said.
Oh, well, honey, it's too late now. Don't worry about it. He
Well,
doesn't
really.
care. Come on,
Betsy
come on.
and Effie, come on this way.
You
Come on,
can
dear.
find the postcards and stamps for sale right in there.
Thank you, Reverend Chadwick. Thankwick.
Yeah, goodbye. I hope you'll visit us again.
Did you hear what I said now? Goodbye, Reverend Chadwick. Thankwick.
Oh,
really?
Honey, you get so flustered over things.
Well,
Just
I-
forget it.
All right, you
Thank
folks
we,
on
never
Channel
mind.
19, you have 10 more minutes. Next stop is Charleston Navy Yard, where we'll see the U.S. frigate Constitution, better known as Old Ironside.
Mommy, come on. Let's go back. The bus will leave without
Oh,
us.
really, Betsy? Now just stop that.
Mommy and Effie, Daddy, come on. Let's go back. The bus will go without us.
Oh, honestly, Betsy, she has almost ruined this entire tour.
The bus will not go without us.
We
now,
have 15 minutes, Betsy, and we can get on the boat and look around.
yeah, sure. Now, come on, Hutsy, honey.
You
be
do
a
take
good
her,
girl.
dear. I want to get some really good pictures of old Ironsides. Honestly, I've heard about this boat all my life.
Says here it was built in 1797, even fought in the War of 1812. You know
I
that?
know.
And by God, all the copper bolts and fittings were made by Paul Revere. Well, that man certainly got around.
Come on, I want to see the boat. Look at the sails, Betsy. That's the way boats used to work, Betsy, with sails. They didn't have motors. Come on.
Are you coming, Mommy?
No, you go on with Daddy and Aunt Effie. Mommy has 3 film left on her camera, and I want to finish it up.
All right, I'll meet you back on the bus. Now, come on, Betsy. Now then, I want to tell you about this ship. It was very famous, honey. It's called Old Ironside. You see,
Excuse me, Miss. Miss, would you mind moving just a little bit out of the way? I'm trying to get the picture of the boats in the harbor. Thank you. Yeah. Here now.
Excuse me, lady. May I ask what you're doing?
Oh, I'm taking pictures of the boats in the harbor.
Oh, you are?
Uh-huh.
Madam, do you know this is the Charleston Navy Yard?
Oh, yes, and I've never seen a Navy Yard. It's really very exciting. I'm glad there's a lot of boats and I ought to get some good pictures. Now, tell me, I'm so stupid about these things. Is that a cruiser or is that a destroyer?
Madam, I shall have to ask you to come with me.
In the 1800s, the Monroe Doctrine dictated that Americans put a wall between themselves and the world. Today, however, times have changed. From city dweller to farmer, Americans know they are part of the world and close to it. And the more they can find out about it, the better. That's why the broadcasts of Edward R. Murrow and Lowell Thomas are so popular. Whether you're interested in high-level affairs of state abroad, economic developments here at home, or the latest advances of science, you'll find them presented clearly and understandably by Murrow and Thomas. If you're not already addicted to the news as CBS Radio presents it nightly, start this week to follow the broadcasts of Edward R. Murrow and Lowell Thomas. They're both heard Mondays through Fridays on most of these same stations.
Well, what do you mean, what do I mean? I'm telling you what I mean. I've lost my wife. Well, certainly I'm excited.
I told you it wouldn't do any good to call a manager of that bus line.
Mommy's lost.
Yeah.
There. We'll find Mommy. Don't worry, darling.
No. Look here, sir. I was with my aunt and my daughter. I am trying to tell you. We got back on the bus after seeing Old Ironsides. We thought my wife was on the bus with us, but when we got back here to the hotel, she was...
Then maybe that's Mommy.
Hold on just a minute, please. Hold on. Open the door, will you, Aunt Effie? Open the... Well, where in Sam Hill have you been?
Oh, Mommy.
Oh, my goodness, what happened to you?
Where in places have you been?
I was arrested.
We've been arrested? Arrested for what?
Taking pictures of the Navy Yard, it seems.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
Well, you heard the guy, dear. He did say the only pictures we could take were of Old Ironsides.
I didn't hear him. And for heaven's sake, such a fuss over nothing.
Well, what happened?
Well, they took all the film out of my camera, and I made the man promise to send me the one of Betsy in front of Paul Revere's house when they get it developed. I was so mad. And I liked the way you all just drove off on the bus without me.
I thought you were on the bus in the back somewhere. We all did, with everybody on the tour sitting in different seats all the time. Oh, boy, leave it to you.
So
Honest to
mad.
Pete, honey. I have
Makes me
never
furious
known.
when I think of how I've always rooted for Navy in the Army-Navy games. From now on, I'm going to be for the Army. Tell you.
Look, they were absolutely right.
Aren't you talking to the bus line manager on the
I'm-
phone?
Huh? Oh, yes. Yeah, I forgot. Hello, you still there? Look, I'm sorry. My wife has shown up. Yes. Yeah, well, it seems she had trouble with the Navy.
Well, I was
Yes.
right. You said the bus wouldn't go without us. And it did, Mommy. It went without you.
Oh, dear, wouldn't you know? No, I suppose all her life she'll have a phobia about buses.
I did not say, sir, that my wife was with a sailor. I said she was involved with the Navy.
Oh,
What I mean is
oh,
that...
dear, I'll never live this down.
The Couple Next Door is written by Peg Lynch and stars Peg Lynch and Alan Bunce with Francie Myers, Margaret Hamilton, Joe Silver, Frank M. Thomas, and Ed Bryce, and is produced by Walter Hart. This is Stuart Metz, inviting you to listen again tomorrow for The Couple Next Door.